All right. So I'll go back to uh, Canva. Please, if you cannot hear me, let me know. If you cannot hear me, you can drop me a message on the Telegram. I have turned on my Telegram notification. If you drop any message on the group, I'm going to see it on my phone. So let's go ahead. How do you get started with Canva? For the benefit of those who are just joining the section, I know that we have newbies. Tanya is kind of new. Asma has been here. I don't know, Aminat. Priya have not been joining our section, though she started with us. So let's go ahead to Canva. How do we create flyers with Canva? How do we create designs with Canva? I told you whenever you open your account, if you don't know how to create an account on Canva, please go to this section. Go to our Telegram group. On our Telegram group, we have something known as announcement and project design section. Right up top here, you can see all our classes from day one to day two to day three, getting started with Canva. Everything has been designed here. So from this section, you will learn how to create your account. So I won't go back to how you can create an account on Canva. I'll just proceed to, I'm hoping and convinced that everybody can create an account. Everybody has an account already. So I'm going to picking it up from there. So when you sign into your Canvas account, first thing you want to do is to select a size, because as a designer, whenever we design to specification. We design to a particular size. Either we are designing for a A4 paper, we are designing something that will be printed on A4, or we are designing something that's going to be what used as a soft copy file. For example, for today's design, something we are creating is so simple. It's going to be for a campaign, right? It's going to be for a campaign, and it's a social media campaign. We can use Instagram posts for that. For example, if I go ahead, you can from this top section here, you can see a template. This is for logo 500 by 500 pixels. You can see Instagram posts. You can pick that from there. You can see Instagram post again. Varies as well. We have doc, we have whiteboard, we have presentation, we have social media. You can see all type of social media sizes that are available in case you're not designing for just Instagram. So if you click on this, you have access to other social media. I let me click on social media. For so we are going to use social media. And when you do that, you see that we are just not limited to Instagram. We have other access to Facebook, Instagram story, and the likes. You click on this arrow, you can see other options as well, right? And not just that, what Canva used to stand out is that it helps you. People have created some free designs on Canva. They are known as templates, right? Some templates are free to use, and some templates you have to pay to use them. The ones that come with a crown icon that has the word pro on it, those are the paid version of the templates. Some of them are not paid, some of them are free to use, so you get to what use them freely. The ones that does not have any crown icon beside it or something like that. So if I decide to use a free one, for example, if I decide to use a free one, for example, I can select a free poster design, and then it's going to open it up for me. Can you see this simple design? This is as simple when you are trying to use a template. It's as simple as what replacing the text. Double click on the text to replace it, and double click on the text to replace it. Double click on the image as well to replace it. For example, if I want to replace this image, all I have to go to what? Go to my when you open your design, it will show. I'm not editing this design. I'm just trying to give you an insight. If you are trying to use a template, it's so simple to use. Double click on any text to change whatever is there into what you want it to be. Change the text into what
Excuse
you
me,
want
sir.
it. Go ahead.
We can't see your screen, sir.
Okay. I'll go back to my design. Who else cannot see my can anybody see my screen on this call? Can anyone see my screen?
I can't see it too.
Okay, everybody.
No,
All right.
sir.
I'm gonna stop sharing and then click on this three dots one more time and share again. All right. Now I'm sharing my screen again. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right then. So did you guys get how I landed here? Or should I go back a step?
Go back a step, sir.
Okay. I'll go back all the step in fact. So I can click on this guy and then click on what move to trash. Right? So this was where we were earlier. We had to select a template. When you open and you have created an account on Canva, it will open this section for you. On your own section, you might not have all this design already created. You created all this design in class. All this one that you are seeing below here, they are created right there in class. right? Also, this guy here was created in class. So one good thing about Canva design is that if you want to see, if you over your mouse on any design, if it has other pages, it's going to be animated. It's going to move from one slide to another slide, animating the whole process, right? That's your Canva design for you. It animates the whole process going from one card to another card. What I said is that Canva provides you with two options. The first one is that you select a template to design from. Another thing is that if you have a design in mind that you're trying to create something from afresh, something fresh without using a template, you can also do that using Canva. Canva is trying to help people that don't know anything about design for the first time and trying to put something together for the first time. They can do that because you have the template to work with. And Canva is also for people who already understand how design works and they are trying to just quickly put some things together, but starting from afresh. You understand? I'm going to use the two for you. I said this campaign design we're trying to create is for an event, right? An event. Our time is fast spent. In fact, our 1 hour is already rounded up. Most people join after 30 minutes. After 30 minutes on the call. So I'll push this section a little bit. Maybe one I might not finish if I don't know. But let's see. Now, if you want to use a template, for example, I want to create something I know for sure that this design is going to be used for social media, right? I'll go ahead to the section where I have the social media section. I'll click. Note on this interface, apart from the recent design, this is the part you select a template from. Apart from that, you have your project on the side. You have templates again on this side. Can you see that? We have branding, we have apps, we have what? Different thing. This brand is what? Not this is paid. That's why it has a crown icon on it. So I'll go ahead and click on social media one more time. It's going to open this dialog box. This dialog box is the same thing you will see where if you click on what? Template. It's also the same thing. I see the same thing that we had on that section and the same thing that we're going to be having here. So if I want social media, I'll go back to my social media one more time. Again, I land back to where I was earlier. So what am I trying to create? Is it for Instagram? Is it Facebook? Is it for TikTok? Is it anything? Whatever. Whatever you're trying to create here, guys, you'll find it here. All right. Somebody has created a free ebook and wants to send it and want to sell it. So you can see the simple design for that free ebook, right? Different templates has been created here, guys, in a nutshell. So you can select any template and you can reuse them by default, right? When you select a template, I'll show you one very quickly. It is so easy to use. You just have to change the text and then you move on very, very quickly. So I'll go to
fully charged battery, fully charged. Unplug charger.
all right, let's say we are creating a simple flyer like this. I'll click on this one. Can you see it's a template? It's asking me, is it this template that you're trying to use or you're looking for something else? I'll click on maybe this design here. I'll click on customize this template. Customize this template means I want to design using this template. That means I have seen something that is similar to what I'm trying to create. I just want to change some things. For example, this is not small business. I'll call it green illustrations studio, right? Present. Again, this is just something from my head. So maybe I've created a book and then the book is Change Your Money Mindset. My one is not Change Your Money Mindset because the design stuff. I'm going to call it in design less is more, right? In design, don't worry about my title, just something I just came up with. In design, here is why. So the title of this book here is less is more in design, and here is why. So I'm trying to take people on my journey of design, how I've gotten here and why you don't complicate design. You try to create something simple. Simplicity is everything. Look at this simple design. Look at how quickly it's working. Just change less is more in design. Here is why. People who have seen that this is a book, I'm going to try to put some simple design. How do I change images? It's so simple. When you have your design open, note something, just some areas. If you don't get anything from this section, notice, just get this part. every design that you open has something called an artboard. It is known as a canvas, right? You can see every other thing is gray, off white, and this white board section, this small white rectangle portrait that I have here, that is known as your canvas. This is what shows up in your design. Everything that is on this canvas is in your design, right? This is a sample like an A4 design or something like a portrait design, right? Now, also near that canvas, that square design, while I'm hovering my mouse on it, you see that magenta line around it. That is where you put your design on. Anything that stays partially on it, note that that image is going to be showing partially as well. Any part that is cut off of this white, of this magenta rectangle that is here, is not going to be showing in your design. Do you understand? So if anything is cut off, no, is either it is intentional or you have made a mistake. So if it is intentional, good for you. But if you have made a mistake, make sure that it is well placed in your design such that you are not losing what you are trying to even show. Apart from this card section, there is a padlock icon here which locks your page for you. When it locks your page, you cannot do much. Again, every other items on that design is locked, right? I'll unlock that because instead of locking your page, you can actually lock each item as well. You can see even when I select an item like right up, there's a padlock icon again. If I lock that item, I'm not locking the page. I can do other adjustments to other things on this design. It is only that item that cannot move again because I've locked it in place. Are you guys with me? When you lock an artboard, every other thing on that artboard cannot be adjusted, cannot be modified. The next icon beside that lock icon is known as duplicate. When you duplicate a page, you are trying to create a copy, right? Sometimes, for me, when I create a design, it's not. I try to create multiple, minimum of 3. When I create one, I'll create another one. The same design, I'll create different style of it so that I know, okay, which one should I now? I like having choices, something I can choose from and be like, okay, this one is working more for me, and I want to work with this. You understand? So instead of just creating one, I feel like that's the best that I can have, right? So now I can duplicate. When you duplicate, it duplicates everything that is on the first one and the other one. Now you can start making changes. I can select the artboard one more time, change the color of this one from white to maybe around, let's use something around black. We are creating one on white theme and we are creating another one on what? Dark theme, right? I'll make the text on this one white. How do I change the text? Every text that is on this design, you can see them. They are currently black. Again, when you select the artboard, you have features, right? When you create duplicate, it duplicates the copies down. But every element that you select, there's a property palette for each element that you have here. People that have been in our classes, they'll just be like, this guy is wasting my time. I'm a pro, I understand all these things, you understand? Please, just take that a refresher course, guys. Yeah, and if you feel like you don't understand this design, this class is actually for you. So again, when you select any element like a text here, I can go out to, can you see the text color here? I can select this text color and go and change it to white. Now I'm creating a white theme of this design and I'm creating a black theme. Then I have a choice of what I want to go for. Which one do I want to go for? Right? Now, because this button was black, it is blending in. I'll go ahead to make this button white this time. The color should be white. And then the write up on it can now be black. Right? Go to the text itself and make it what color? Black. Right? Now, this is what we have. A white theme design and a black theme design. This is this is very common in the user interface and user experience design phase. Most of the time, some people are using their dark theme on their WhatsApp, and some people are using the normal white theme on their WhatsApp. Why do we have both dark and white theme? Why? It is very common in UI UX. When we get to UI UX, we talk more about all those kind of things. So this is different variation of my design, and because I click on duplicate, it creates a duplicate of everything. But if I want to create the same size of this artboard, but not a duplicate this time, guys, I want to create the same size of it, something I can start with. I've created white and dark theme. I want to create something else, something out of the template itself. When I click on either add page or I click on this add page here, can you see that? Add page below or the add page on top here. Any of those two will create a new page for me, but without any of the element that I had before. No write-up will be added. Nothing will be added. If you use the same thing under here, the same thing. No write-up will be added. Just a blank canvas for you to start designing on. Now you can decide on this one that you're not using a dark theme. You're going to be using a purple theme for this background here, right? You want to use a purple for it, and then you can start your design from there, right, guys? And then every artboard comes with not just the lock icon, not just the duplicate icon, not just the waste bin icon, and not just the add page icon. The waste bin icon is meant to delete. If I want to delete the purple one, I'll what? Delete. If I want to delete the black one, I click on what? Delete. Again, you can also turn off. You can hide page. When you click on hide page, it will not show. Right? When you hide a page, that page when you're trying to extract, it will only show the one that is visible. If you want to print if you want to get your design out, when you go to download, it will only show the one that is active. And you see the hide page, you can see the eye icon here cancelled out. Can you see that? Because you have hide the page, right? If I go back to my design and what turn it on hide, and I go back to what share, and I go back to download, you see that when I click on the pages, it is checked, ready for what? Printing out. Those are the icons on Canva, guys. Right? And again, this is what using templates. This is working with what? Templates. Still on this canvas, we have the place where we can go to designs. Now, on designs, you can pick any template one more time again. You can pick something else that you want to work with. You can work on anything here if you want to. And then you can add again, add a new page of this new design. In fact, scroll down again. Okay, I want this one to add a new page of this design. Can you see those pages? Those design has been added. They have been added, right? If I have a book to publish, I can show it in this kind of way. If it's a what? Soft copy book, it's going to be something like a PDF file. We are going to go through. I can make it like this. Maybe I have a hard copy printed. I can also do it this way. In fact, if it's a soft copy file, I can also do the same thing. Yeah, I can. The same way goes for every template, guys. Just add a write-up to it. You can change the text anytime, right? What did you put for the first one? Less is more in design, and here is why. Ctrl Z. I can do the same thing here. I'll type in again. Less is more in design, right? And I can put something similar to like look at this description that I have here. I'll copy this guy. I'll click on what? Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and I'll put this guy up here. I'll put an arrow pointing to that thing, and I'll put a small write-up in that same white color so that it's visible. And I'll put, instead of putting my here is Y, I'll now put this as my what? Here is Y, right? You see the same design, but because I'm using different templates, I can creatively put this thing in different way, in different design style. And then when I put this way, you can get a copy. This one can be used, or get a copy from my Instagram bio, right? And put the stuff. Don't I know how to spell Instagram again? Again, a lot of things are happening here. So I can use this as a what? Next, do you see, guys? I have not done anything that is so nice here or something remarkable. You know, this is something I've not done anything remarkable here because I'm just working with a template here, guys. With a template, that's what I'm working with. I can change all these things that I have here. I can change the write-up, I can change the images, I can change the. Let's say I'm trying to use something else. Let me see that. I'll just put my design inside here. Can you see that I can change the images? Ctrl Z. Let me use something else. Maybe I'll use this guy instead. Or maybe that's not even good enough. Let me use a background that's nice. Right? Less is more in design, and here is why. I can change all those things. I can use my design anywhere. People will think they have a new book, but do you see that, guys? These are designs that are brought into place. I want to show you again that, guys, on your canvas, first your design, you can bring in, you can open different designs from here, and you can add them to new pages. That's the example of what we have just done here. Apart from that, we know something about design element. These are the things you can use in your design. For example, I noticed that I need something like I want to make this more realistic, or maybe like a cover over it. Instead of having just this write up like this, I want to put it over something. I can type in something like what? A rectangle here. Rectangle, and then I can search through the list of different rectangles that are here. I can go to, okay, let's go to graphics. For example, I'll click on graphics to see more. I'll go through that kind of design because I want to make it like an hand-drawn kind of feeling, you know, where people can relate with it. I can just use this guy. All right, scribble something like this, zoom it out if I want to make it dramatic, put the text on it, or take it even up a little bit so that it spreads This guy have to be over it, right? This seal, this seal design. Now arrange, go to layer, I'll bring it forward so that it's above it. Can I scale it up a little bit more so that it's above that scribble? Put it by the side, and then I want to change the color of the scribble so that it aligns with my green. I can go back to that same scribble color, go to there. I can change the color. I can do a lot of things, guys. I can do a lot of things with this design. Let's see if we can change the color. Because it is a graphics element, it's only filter that can help you to make some adjustments. So let me see. Let me use something. I'm looking for something that goes with that green, something that blends with this color here. You can see this goes with the gradient that is currently going on in the background here. I can use that, bring this right up, in fact, make it even bold, and I can put some right up here to describe the book even further. And this basically working with templates, guys. I think I'm done talking about this. Working with templates. This is just select what is already created, make an adjustment. In fact, if you don't want the image that are being used, delete it. Create your own if that's what you are trying to do. Create your own. If you don't want the image that are create your own images. I go to upload. To upload anything inside your design, you must have what? Bring it into Canva in the first place. So if I click on upload files, it's going to open my file directory on my system. If I go to my file directory, I can locate a file on my drive. For example, I can select this construction design. I'll click on open. Don't mind construction design, but that's the image that I have currently showing on my design. I'll click on open. Don't mind my system. It's trying to show off that it can hang a little bit. So again, when you select any image, it loads that image into your design. Can you see it loading here? So if I want to bring that image in, there are two ways. I can just click on the image once, it shows on my canvas directly, and then I can drag it in place. Or if I don't want to click on it, I can just drag it from the design itself and go and put it where I want it to be. Right? Either way, it works. Are you with me? You can drag it directly from the panel into the box that you want it, or you can just click on it first and then go both ways. It works in every way, guys. So that is the text, and then we have another thing, another point as well. Text. You can add header, you can add sub headers, different designs. You can add different type of text here. In fact, some that are already pre-designed. These are known as what design lockups. What do I mean by design lockup? Design lockup are the way you desire to put in you desire to put things together. You know, look at the lockup of book cover. It does not mean that this is how book cover is supposed to show. It's just my own design. If I decide that I want to spread it out, in fact, I can copy this, remove it completely, remove everything here, and then scale this guy down, maybe around here, and then I can duplicate the same guy, go to the file, duplicate it, bring it down a little bit, and then I can Ctrl V one more time. And this time I'm trying to create a contrast. One should be bigger and chunky. Return it back to that edge. You know, design is relative. It is you. It is from you. You decide what is being seen. So, like the both tests were bold the other time, right? But I can decide that I'm not using both tests. I can put just the book like this and put the cover the other way, right? Whatever works. Whatever works. So does not mean you cannot make this kind of adjustment. Lockup is how you tend to put things together. Look at different lockups here, the way they put different tests together. If you want to use any of them, just make sure that it is not having a pro symbol here. If it's a free one, you can click on it and it will land in your design, and then you can use the lockup as it has been created, right? Just use it alongside. So if I want to use spring collection and delete my book cover, what I have going on in the background here. I'll just pick these two guys and put them here. Again, this is working with what? Template. Working with what? Template. Right? Then if I feel like I'm satisfied, I can now go to the right top and change this one after the other. This is spring. I'll call it what? Book launch. Book. I'll call it what? Launch. Right? Can you see that? I can put it this way and just adjust everything. In fact, they are currently grouped. I can group them. They are separate, and I can arrange them as I see fit. Right? This is working with templates, guys. So easy. You have to put your hands on something. The class is gets boring whenever you don't put your hands on something, whenever you don't make mistakes. It's always good to make mistakes. I always encourage my students to make mistakes. Try to do something and get it wrong first. Because when you get it wrong, that's the first step to getting it right. So if you are learning this thing and you're in the class and after this entire thing, you go back to, okay, I get it. You don't get anything until when you start practicing, that's when you understand. And again, I've been repeating this thing over and over again. So that is template, that is creating a design. How do we create design without using a template? That's what I'm going to today.